This will be my this will be my last video recording of this. So the game pretty much had like two in-game crashes. Yeah, no, like three in-game crashes within the last 3 or 4 hours. That's not that good. I mean, that's not that great, but it's standard that maybe every hour a game would have a crash. But if the game is a massive multiplayer online thing, it would be hard for it not to crash every once in a while. But unfortunately for this game, it had way too much crashes and it hasn't even hit that 4 hour market yet. So that's three. And that's not one of the things that I would consider good with regards to this game. Um, where I stand with regards to the overall game, because I'm about to finish this up right now, I would say this game might be a 7 total. I don't think this game goes beyond a 7. I think a lot more work needs to be done with regards to this game if it's going to go beyond a 7. I already spoke about the menu options. I already spoke about the artwork. I already spoke about the textures of the game and the use on characters, character design, color. I didn't highlight on the different type of skins you could use and mounts you could use. I guess you could say that this game could be a 7.5 as a total. And yes, I believe you could get this game to about a 7.5 if you were to include skins, you ever include character costumes and stuff. But I wouldn't give it a full one for that because that's been a standard within every Neverwinter game anyway. Tons of different mounts and skin. I would say it's a point 0.5. So this game to me is either a 7 or 7.5. But I would give it a 7 and not give it a point 0.5 additional with regards to design of skins, with regards to mounts and all type of creative things, because it gets a lot more things wrong than it does right. Or I say it gets an even amount of things wrong and some things right. Like a lot of people don't mess with profession stuff, and a lot of people hate when things crashes, and a lot of people hate the jankiness of the feel that it was made for PC. And there's a lot of little discrepancies that you could find within the game to not making it as interesting. And if you were to play this game continuously, if you're not part of a guild, you're not part of a group, or if your guild aren't that good at supporting you, because there's thousands of people within the guild and they're all trying to do their own thing, it wouldn't be that great of an experience anyway. Or if there's some douchebag that contradicts someone to be um, Adolf Hitler within as a leader or as a sub leader, it becomes a real problem, and you find that in most games anyway. So I'd say, with regards to Neverwinter, if I was to tally everything up in an honest opinion of everything I've seen, not just text, not just color, not just design, not just artwork, not just incentives, not just things that you could purchase from the store. And believe me, if you purchase things from the store, um, that is a problem in of itself as well. Because lots of people think that the actually things that you find within the store are way too expensive and ask for way too high of a price. And it seems to be effective greed more than anything else. And that takes away from the enjoyment and immersion of the game. Even though the game is a massive multiplayer online thing and they need money to pay for that game, sometimes it feels like it's really a ridiculous amount of money for a bundle set. And that you can find that in most games, even like Apex or Call of Duty or something. That you feel like the price of certain things are almost equal to about halfway the actual price of the actual value of the game itself. And sometimes that you get that across when it comes to Neverwinter as well. So that's why I believe Neverwinter will never exceed a total of 7 with regards to me. If you have a 9 out of 10, if you have an 8 out of 10, if you have a 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10, this game is slightly above average. Now, I mean slightly above average. I don't mean like it'll get a 6 because it does just certain things right for it to earn that slightly above average 6. It gets more than that, more than some slightly things. It's more of an entertainment value with regards to the game, with regards to artwork, with regards to fashion, with regards to style, with regards to explore, with regards to extension of the world, with regards to the size and scope of the world. It's very well done. But I think those things that aren't well done takes away from the value and interest of the game itself, and that's not well done. And I believe that that's something that makes people want to stay away from the game, not come towards the game. So I believe this is an average 7 game, and a seven. If you're a 7 game, you're a decent game. You're not struggling to try to play at least meet your quota. You already met your quota, but you ain't doing anything exceptional either. So this is about as great as this game will ever get from me. It's a 7 game for me. Nothing beyond that value. So I've done that dungeon, and I think I'm going to do one more. That was a Quay. I think I'm going to do the campaign with regards to this new update. Now, previous campaigns, I've already done those. And last update, Sharandar, I have not done that. So I think I am going to do the most recent campaign with regards to the game itself to see where I need to go. And that is Sharandar. I need to make sure that is the most recent one. And how I know is because it will obviously show up. Path of the Fallen has been completed. I haven't experimented on these because I am not into PvP, even though this is a PvP/PvE game. So I'm going to Echoes of Prophecy, and these are the new things within the game. The new campaign groups, the new things that you could do. And you could choose to, I think, assist Elmer as he investigates a magical disturbance to unlock boons and other rewards. This is at 1% achievement, prophecy retaliation. So currently this is active, and I can unlock these by doing them, and I could set a marker for doing them. But this is, I believe this is one achievement here. Inspected, one achievement here, and Echoes of Prophecy campaign group. So I must do this as a group of people. Basically, campaign progression, Echoes of Prophecy will end on the 3rd. And let's see, maybe it's within. If it's a koi, we'll see. Oh, advanced dungeon koi. It's not Echoes of Prophecy. Let's see. Uh, Grey Wolf Den, Battlefield, Zerial's Challenge, Demogorgon, Heist, Vault of Stars, Vault of Stars. Let's see. Advanced. Cannot do this until you're. Well, okay, so I can't do that. Timebreaker Island. And Skirmish Dungeons. And okay, so the Echoes of Prophecy. View the latest campaign. Tear of the okay, a tear and weave advance. Alright, so to unlock this task, I'll have to purchase something to unlock the whole damn thing. Or let's see, episode will end April 30th at 10 p.m. Alright, so April passed a long time ago. That's why it's locked. So I can't do it. But if I want, I could purchase it. I'm not going to do that. So that's why that's cannot be completed because that was something from the past. Let me see. Let's see what the grasp progression is. Yep, same as this one. So that's something of the past. And it wasn't online for that game at that time. So the only thing we have right now is that we can do are these incompletes, and the most recent one is Sharandar. And that's the most recent adventure within the daily logs of the game itself, within the campaign game itself. Now it says the latest viewed campaign was this the one which I viewed the latest. So uh, let's check out. See, these are all available now. let's start with this new campaign. I will open the store to see the things that are available in the store and item levels, decent item levels that are around my same, so I wouldn't think it's something that great. See this, I don't know here, around the same. So everything I have on is pretty much around the same. Yeah, it's all the same. Alright, so in order for me to do these weekly progression campaigns, I must, let's see here, to unlock the first one, it's the 900. Travel to Old Sharanda to investigate the fair crossing and, and reconnect with, okay. Alright, so we're going to travel to Sharandar and we're going to continue this on forward. So I'm going to do that. And from this point, since I already evaluated the game, I already said everything about the game so far with regards to art, with regards to color shading, with regards to lighting effects, with regards to the actual setup of the menu screen, with regards to inventory, with regards to the app mapping, with regards to the movement of the character, with regards to the actually menu screen, and with regards to loading within the game, uh, the market, trading. All these things have been considered, as well as mounts and so on and so forth. And I believe the game does not exceed past a 7 rating or a 7.5. If you really like it, I would say it's about 7.5. This game by no means is an 8. This is not an 8. This is not a 9. This isn't within those territories. This game is what you would consider 7, in the realm of 7 and above range, but it doesn't cross that marker and get into that 8 range, 9 range, 10 range territory. It really depends on who you are to like it for it to go beyond that realm. But for random people, it won't fall within that marker whatsoever at all. So I'm going to move forward and go to Sharandar Fey Crossing. And this will probably be the last video, or I will end it soon. And I've already considered everything that I could possibly think of considering. I mean, I'm not too worried about the loading screens. I'm not too worried about the animation for the in-game stories. Yep, I cannot skip this. I wish I had increased the volume, but I didn't. Maybe I could replay it, but we'll see. Glad there's subtitles. So I see, this is what I'm saying. This game can fall within the realm of going above a 7 for little things that you can find that add towards the enjoyment factor of the game. Like say if you couldn't hear whatsoever at all, they were kind enough to include subtitles. So if you make a mistake in streaming, they were kind enough to have subtitles in there. The artwork is about standard. I wouldn't say it's about Witcher standard type of artwork, but it's about standard. And I would say it falls within that realm of you really have to like this game for it to go beyond a 7 or for it to go beyond 7.5 if you think it's below 7.5. I believe this game is around that 6 to 7 marker. And from my point of view, after looking at everything, I believe it's a 7 total. It shouldn't be a 7.5. And if I really am treating it unfairly, I would say it would go to a 7.5, but nothing beyond a 7.5. I think I'll be doing myself a disservice by giving it more than what its actual value is supposed to be. And it really takes away from the fact that it does crashes, that it has too much microtransactions, or at least pay to progress. Things is way too expensive, and certain loading things don't load properly, and sometimes things glitch out, and sometimes things glitch in, and sometimes things are too repetitive, or and the whole feel of the game feels like it was made for PC, and everyone knows it. to get that classic PC set up or set for a PlayStation, and they didn't decide to rectify these situations until this year when this game's been out for so long. So they finally fixed it. I'm glad for them, but I think it's too little too late, and this game can exceed past 7, in my opinion. So I'll just play this mission. I'll cut my mic, and that'll be it for Neverwinter at this moment. I'll probably play this game on my own time, on my own time, unless there's something very important, like I want to give a build or something of a character or the barbarian that I found interesting. That's necessary for survival of a character who wants to have a build for and a barbarian. I will do that. But for right now, the overall value of someone who just jumping into Neverwinter and want to know if this game is worth purchasing, it's worth it. But it's not worth it to the degree that you would play an Apex, or you would play a Warframe, or you would play a Call of Duty, or you would play um, World of Warcraft, or you would play Dragon's Dogma, or maybe wait, I'll take that back. I believe the Dungeons and Dragons game are a little better than Dragon's Dogma, but it's not to the level of World of Warcraft. It's not to the level of other massive multiplayer online co-op game like say Destiny and stuff. And it's not to those levels. It doesn't have that AAA budget, and it really shows within the game, and it really shows for the extension amount of purchase towards things that are ridiculous, in my opinion. But yeah, because of those things, because it's not fair with regards to its balance when it comes to purchase items or not. It doesn't get out those kinks or those crashes and stuff to the balance for which its budget is on, and it falls within probably around the same realm of budget that most free-to-play games fall in. It probably gets more money than them, and yet they can't fix their situation. I would say this game doesn't deserve to be in that 8, 9, or 10 range, but it's a game that's worth purchasing and worth playing if you have a group of people. If you're doing this by yourself and you want to play a mystical elven world where you get to put on all the fancy clothes and stuff you want, this is very much worth it. But as a group with friends, you will need friends to have a group, otherwise you will be bored. But it's a decent game overall. Decent and well played and well set up and well done, but it's not exceptional. It is great, but not exceptional. And there's a difference between exceptional and great. Great game, good playing, everything works sometimes, most times, often, but not all the time. But not exceptional. Definitely is no Warframe for that matter. I'll tell you that. Um, but yeah, that's my overall thoughts with regards to Neverwinter. From everything I've seen, from loading game to the movies, I'll probably close out the game by showing those movies again, since it's probably crashed so many times at the beginning that I couldn't show it again. So I'll do this last mission. If the game like logs me out, fine, I won't show those movies. But if it does, I'll show them again. But that's it from my opinion on Neverwinter. As an overall game.
Contact with the others, so proceed with caution. That barrier is protecting those Oni. Gemstones, did you say? Remove them, and that should lower the barriers.
Person on a close bridge! You know you! Strike!
Wait a minute. I think I was. I think. I think I might have been talking the whole time with the video with my mic not actually when my mic not actually when my mic not actually active. I think I might have had the volume for this turned down all the way down here, but my mic on my head. So I might have been talking the whole time about my evaluation for this game is a 7 total, and it's not worth an 8, 9, or 10. And no one would have probably, or myself, since I blog this mostly for myself, wouldn't have never heard it. So yeah, this game is a 7. Doesn't deserve an 8, doesn't deserve a 9, doesn't deserve a 10. Issues of crashing, issues of money with regards to the market, issues of certain things that are useless within the game that no one plays, like lots of people don't use professions, issues of astral diamonds now not being a thing and everything's on refinement, um, issues of a certain playstyle, certain bugs still present from all time. Lots of issues that pop up, but lots of things have been squashed out, as well as a good setup menu system for adventure and for journals of the adventure, so you can see what you've completed, what you didn't complete. These things are well set up and well placed, and it's about time. But I believe it's a little too late. So if I didn't state before, I state it again. After evaluating everything from the loading of the game to the CGI movie to the setup of the game to the tile sets to the expansion of the world to the color to the shadows, the variations to the lighting effects, goes to everything, and the model of the characters, design, the textures, the mounts, as well as the scope of the world. I say this game falls into a 7 to a 7.5 bracket, but nothing beyond that. I believe you really have to be an interesting party or a group of people to actually love something beyond the value of what it has here. And no, this game does not deserve that. Maybe if they've squashed these things out more than a year ago or a full year ago, maybe that wouldn't be a problem. But I think it's a little too late, a little too late to actually congratulate them on things that they should have done a long time ago. So 7 to 7.5. That's my evaluation for this game as a total, with regards to everything I see, with regards to the meshing, the noting, the character scaling, the modeling, design, and everything I could possibly think of, including the menu screen, the movement of characters, using the controller, even knowing that this game officially was actually a PC game, and they couldn't model it properly when it originally came out for PlayStation, but they got managed after about a good 2 years to get it to that level. And this year they managed to fix certain things with regards to campaigns, mission menus, and certain quays, fix that up decently enough. But like I said, too little, too late. Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, I'll play this game on my own time, and this is definitely is not a World of Warcraft type game. It's not like Dragon Inquisitions either, and I believe it's at the level of Dragon's Dogma. Maybe a little better than Dragon's Dogma. But this falls into level 7 of a Sword and Shields game. Not to level 8 or 9 when it comes to World of Warcraft, but falls into that level 7 Sword and Shields game. To other people who might dislike it, they might fall into level 6, but I believe this is a level 7 Sword and Shields game. Neverwinter is pretty decent. It's fun. It's great, but not exceptional. And there's a big difference between exceptional and great. So yeah, so I give this game a 7 in regards to everything I've seen, everything I've communicated with, everything I've browsed over. Options menu, the help is stuck. Sometimes stuck don't even work. I didn't go in with regards to stuck because I remember that from the past. Game help, all these things, which were part of the original game, were very janky at the beginning. The calendar, whole setup of the calendar, if you're thinking about it, with regards to certain things, new, old, you really have to press the button to go up, down. It really feels like it was meant for PC, set up for a PC to give that PC feel, but doesn't play that well for controllers. So, and still, some of that stuff still residual effects there. Some of the stuff still resides there from old. Don't know if it still work out the way that they wanted to, but they'll have to deal with it. But that's my opinion on Neverwinter. It's a 7 to a 7.5 game. but nothing beyond that. Anybody who loves this and thinks this fall into 8-9 realm, but you gotta be out of your mind. You need to reevaluate yourself. Well, that's it. That's my opinion in regards to this game. So now I can finally cut my mic. Maybe I said it before, don't know, but sometimes if I want to make sure I say something, I gotta make sure 100%. So Neverwinter 7.5 game. That's my evaluation. I'm gonna check out the Sharonda, the latest update here, and see if it's worth it. Yeah, if it's better than updates, and I'm gonna see what it has to do with those three characters at the beginning of the game, and I'll look into that as well. That's if I have enough time to be online to actually see it, and if there's not another crash. If there's another crash within the game itself, not network speed, the game itself, then I'm not even gonna waste my time with the movies or anything. I already set that up, and I'll leave those videos up. But that's it for me. I'm gonna increase the volume here, cut my mic, and that's my opinion on Neverwinter. That's all I gotta say.
Thradisar saw over this gate. If you can find him, he should have more information for you.
Do not be distracted by the adventurers.
I knew some of these Ilian Bruin. This is horrible!
She ordered the gates along wall.
Seems like the Fade Crossing is still down. There must be more of these Oni.
What? You know path.
You should be able to reach the Fey Crossing.
You took the gems? I will break their bones.
Glad she's gone now. That shambling mound? Someone didn't want this crossing open. In New Sharandar.
We've been expecting you.
Our people want nothing more than to live in peace, but external forces seem to feel differently on the subject. The Fey Crossing is as leader of the Council. It falls on me to get to the bottom of these new threats facing Sharandar. We lost contact with our dignitary, but it...
Alright, so I was wrong with regards to Echoes of Prophecy. So even though this says it ends April 30th at 10 a.m., unfortunately they seem to have not upgraded this um, since then. I don't know why. Echoes of Prophecy is not going to end until it says here, starting October 1st, 10 a.m. to March 31st, 10 a.m. So October 31st of this month, of last month, to March 21st of next month, and it's extended then. So take on arms and uncover the ancient threats to weave the new Echoes of Prophecy Battle Pass. So this is a Battle Pass system campaign. Battle Passes weren't in the game before, but now it is. Find Elmer in Protector's Enclave to get started. So in order for me to actually do the actually Echoes of Prophecy, basically the new intro animation CGI scene with regards to the game, I have to do Msters in Protector's Enclave or Enclave, however you want to say it, in order to start this. So I'm going to go there, and I've already saw what Sharandar is. It's basically the same thing as the original Sharandar, with just new locations and new tile sets. It's basically same old, nothing new and special about that. It's just new enemies, new tile sets, new locations, blah blah blah. Nothing really special about it, but just more of the same. Just something different. But maybe Misters, or whatever his name is, in Protective Enclave can offer me something far more different than what I'm seeing here with regards to this new update. Something very new, something fresh. We already got a lot of fresh news things with regards to the game and improvements that made the game far better than it was in the past. And probably that's the only reason why I gave this game a 7. It would have probably stayed at a 6, most in my opinion, if it wasn't for the fact that they made lots of improvements. But now I'm able to actually see, I'm going to see the latest update with regards to the game and see what that's about. I already checked out Sharandar, and based on that last mission, I could tell that it was decent, but nothing that special. And I'm pretty much I pretty much think, or at least I'm assuming, all the other missions with regard to that actual campaign are going to be very similar. So nothing too special there. But who knows? Maybe Protective Enclave guy is going to do something a little different from the actually Sharandar one. I remember when the original location for Edmund's Down came out, and Ebon Down came out. It was interesting, and went to the Skyward Pass that came out. That was a very interesting level and layout, and how you had to jump off of ship and everything. It's very interesting, but sometimes they do interesting stuff, and sometimes they don't. So who knows? We'll see where it goes from here.
The elemental threat continues.
Each week, my visions will require you to revisit existing places around the Sword Coast, from the past and present, to complete 3 tasks for the Order of the Third Eye. This may include new and dangerous places you have yet to visit. With the backing of the Order, you can rest assured that you will be rewarded handsomely for your time completing these challenge campaigns.
Greetings!
Ah, hero of Neverwinter. Will you take up arms against the perils that beset us? Your timing is most fortuitous. It just so happens that I could use your assistance. Are you familiar with the weave? It is the raw material from which the tapestry of magic itself is woven. The great Mystra, mother of all magic, watches over it. Whether a spell intends to heal, harness the elements, or call forth the undead, it pulls from the weave. That brings me to my request. I've sensed someone or something tugging at the weave, more specifically the necromantic magic it contains. While I cannot see all ends, there are others who see more than I do. Kavatos Stormeye can see many ends, and I believe he may know what is unwinding the threads of necromancy. I suggest you speak with a few citizens along the way and see if they've seen anyone suspicious. Oh, and please, give Kavatos my regards.
Welcome to the Moonstone Mask. What can I do you for? Now that you mention it, I have seen an increase in unfamiliar faces around here. Most of them are nice enough, but a few of them seem like they're up to something. Call it barkeeper's intuition. So, care for a drink? Yes, I have. Just yesterday, I overheard a couple of wizards talking about pulling threads from the weave, whatever that means. They tried to resurrect a bird, and it failed miserably. What's that called? Necromagic? Necromancy? Yeah, that's it. Anyway, they seemed surprised. That's all I've heard on that topic, though. Adventurers always talk when drink loosens their lips. My rumors are fresh tales from other adventurers. Countless people are interested in the secrets I sell.
Potato Face!